Hello and welcome, dear viewers, to this brand new episode of your show, The Untold. My name is AziadiQ8 and I'm here with my colleague Hibal Gahtani. How are you doing today?
Well, we're doing great, and I have a question for you.
Tell me.
How are you dealing with your financials?
Well, this is a pretty
Intense question.
maybe to the people, most of the people, but to me, as a gamer who sits home, play video games, and just do nothing, and maybe just hit the gym and go back,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Well,
in
that's
a
really
safe
good.
state. Yes.
So you're kind of encouraging people to stay at home, be more gamers for
mean,
them
just-
to
just
become
hit the gym and
financially-
come back. Don't buy anything unnecessary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think that's the most important thing, is to always have that kind of sense of awareness. And in today's episode, we're going to know more about that kind of sense with our guest, we're going to have her within, let's say, seconds from now. Hopefully everyone who's watching us today are going to learn a lot with our financial coach, Bedoor Almutairi.
Welcome back to the studio, dear viewers, and of course we would like to welcome our guest Bedoor Almutairi to this studio. So basically today we're happy to have you here, and we would like to know more about you in the field of financial coaching and being a consultant as well. So you can go ahead and tell us more about it.
Okay, first of all, thank you for having me in this podcast. About my background, I studied already business administration economy, and this led us to how we create a good relationship with money, which is, I think this is the goal of all people around the world, or not only here in our region. So usually I hear people that complain from the salary, how they can manage financially, they have kids, they want to get married, and all that details.
And
So that's just make me wondered why people, they cannot manage money in such a way that give them the good life that they already satisfied. How we can solve this problem, how we can know how to guide them for make their stories with money is good story instead of their
let's say bad experience.
yeah, bad
and
experience
being
with money.
out of
Yes,
money,
yes.
So this is a very challenging, let's say, topic and field, and especially when we're talking more about financial coach, because you're dealing with people, you're dealing with a lot of, let's say, members who are really having a problem and trying to understand what is the issue when it comes into me spending. A lot of people could go spend money because they're angry or they're happy,
Yes.
or when they're stressed,
Yes.
without them knowing that they are actually doing this. So tell us more about, why did you choose financial coaching in that matter of sense?
I believe that dealing with money and dealing with kids tell you something about yourself. Your problem, it's conflict on this. If you become dad or mom, how you deal with your kids tell you something about this. And if you have salary and income, how you deal with the money tell you something about yourself.
Right.
As you mentioned, if you are not unhappy or sad, angry, you put all your energy on what you have between your hand. So especially money, burning money in a bad ways will give you, make you regret on this.
Right.
With guilt feeling. And then you start to blame the money, your career, the society, all what the environment at all, but not you, not yourself. So because of this, I think there is a huge experience, which is a start from the first day you get income until your retirement, and after that, your story with money, it's never end.
Right.
Until we did.
Yes.
Right, I totally agree with
An
you.
ending story. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but you know, in all the fields, all the different fields, we face challenges, right, through our road to success or becoming who we are. So basically, what were the challenges that you faced in becoming the financial coach?
Okay, in our society, if you want to talk about money, you must be one of two. You are man, or you are a woman which is come from rich background, rich
Right.
family. So if you are from middle class, you cannot talk about how managing money, because people, they always want you as inherited money to talk about money. So I hear too much stories about who are you, women, and they talk about money. Women, they spend money only. Women, they don't know how to establish businesses. I think we just have still little issue with this in the society. I faced these challenges at the beginning, but now, thank God, after 8 years,
Yeah.
I think they believe that we can handle.
Yes.
Women can do this.
And I do believe that kind of sense, especially when we're talking more about women being, let's say, more of a person that spends money, is because we're not just spending money on ourselves, especially if you are a mother. You do spend most of your salary in, let's say, trying to buy things for your child, trying to, let's say, associate what's happening in the society, especially that, as you just said, in Kuwait society, it's more of a socialized society. We have lots of, let's say, birthdays,
Yes.
Gatherings.
Wedding
One of my
parties,
friends
whatever.
delivered a baby, wedding parties.
Lots of
So
occasions, huh?
lots of
Yes.
occasions that you tend
What
to,
we
let's
call it
say-
in Kuwaiti language, muwajib.
Yes, muwajib. So this is something very frustrating, especially for women, because you don't want to, let's say, not give
Yes.
and show to people that I can't, let's say, give. And when you give, you want to give good, that people remember
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
actually give. So I think this is one of the problems maybe that face
Yes, one
women.
of the problems that women, they cannot separate their emotion about from their behavior. So this is the first thing. Second thing, we cannot
Let's say balance that kind of sense.
no, not about only balance. Usually we want to show the values of
Yes.
other
Yes.
by the gifts.
Yes.
And this is wrong
Right.
idea. Because if I want to give a gift for my mother, what's the thing that I give it to my mother to, just to say how much she's valuable to me? So we need to just discuss this idea. The gift is not about the value of the one who I gifted to.
Yes.
It's about the value of how can I stand and my income stand and my budget. So we will go back to setting a budget for everything and
Right.
about how you accumulation this budget. If this month you don't have occasion, keep this money until the other month and the other month and like this. You can deal with your income as a company deal with the income.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Dealing
It's
with it as a company.
Telling
Yeah.
telling it. So making it simple
Yes.
is, I think, key. To
If you have a
this
plan,
situation.
it will be simple. But if you don't have a plan, it will be very difficult.
I mean, in Mother's Day, I usually tell my mom that I am the gift.
Okay, so
Yeah,
cliche. Thank God. To me, in my case, thank God, my mom don't really like gifts, and she always like, even if we buy her gifts, she's like, oh, thank you, and that's it. So she doesn't give you that kind of sense that I want a gift. Therefore, that kind of burden that what should I give my mom on Mother's Day? Like one day we bought her a cake, and then a friend was there. And she was like, you know what? My daughter and son just bought a cake to celebrate. Let me just bring it. And she was like cutting the cake. And I was like, it's for celebration. And she was like, no, it's okay. Like, we can celebrate anytime. So that kind of sense of, as we said, a burden is something very important to keep in mind, that you don't have to face it during,
Yes.
even when it comes into giving and spending
Yes.
gifts. Because this is where our, unfortunately, the society leave you at that
Yeah.
kind of sense of point. And I think social media does play a very
Yeah.
big role, because
It's a-
you see
Play a huge
footage.
role in this.
Like, for instance, one of my friends got a promotion, and you're thinking of, let's say, giving her a gift, and she take a photo of some of your friends who bought a very huge gift. Now you're competing. Like, I must
Yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah. I must
Yeah.
be compete with her in this in the gifts.
Yes.
Okay.
So in this case, if a person wants really to be more in a certain balance, financial, let's say, stage in life, what are the best first steps they should keep in mind when it comes into having that stable
First
life?
of all, you must ask yourself, what do you want from money?
Okay.
For now and for tomorrow and for after 30 years. What do you want from money? Because the relation with money, it's not for now only. It's, as we mentioned before, it's long trip or
Right.
long journey with money. So what do you want from money now? This will help you to setting a goals, financial goals. After that, from these goals, we can create a plan. From the plan, we can setting a budget. So if you don't know what do you want from money, you cannot manage the money. And that's the problem that most of the people face.
Yes, face.
Yes.
I mean, I tend to save money for no reason.
No, you must have a reason.
But this is how they taught me, at least
Yeah.
at home. So you have to keep money, have to save for marriage,
Yeah.
for, buying a
Yeah.
new car, buying new stuff, traveling.
For being safe, for your
For the safety.
For the
This
safe.
is how I deal
Yeah,
with money.
yeah.
But when it comes to how you evolved your relationship with money.
For me, the first rule for money in my life is to be safe. And there is a last goal for me. It's financial freedom. I can decide whatever I want in my life without thinking about money, and this is a very high level in
So
relation
no price
to money.
tag.
Yeah. If I want to change my career, I can change it. If I want to change my house, I
Yes.
can change it. My place, where I live, every details in your life, you can change it without thinking about money. This is a very high level in the relation. So you work all your life to be there.
Reach that
To
at
reach
this
that
level. Yeah, to
point.
reach that point.
Yes.
So first of all, you must to save money for safe. Then you need to go to other level how you can get financial freedom with this saving, with your saving. How you can make the money work for you. So
Yes.
this is another level, which is the investment level. To create a machine, the first rule of the money in your life, it's to create a machine for generating more money,
Yes.
not
yes.
for spending.
To generate money.
Yes.
Oh, that's really interesting. To us, and for us, Day, when we're talking more about saving money in my family, is by buying gold. Like
Yes.
if you have money, you're
gold.
always going to spend it. But when you transfer your money to, let's say, more of a solid thing that cannot be spent, is by buying gold. And now we're not talking about, let's say, accessories or jewelries that you actually wear, but more of coins, more of, let's say, kind of a gold, let's say, plates and so on, that when you sell it again, it wouldn't, let's say, get affected by the price when it
Yes.
comes into that. So
Gold
yeah.
is
And
an
it could
gold is
also
an
go
asset.
high in value.
Yes, gold is an asset, which is keep the purchasing power of the money, because the cash each year in the normal, without wars, without any problem in the world, the purchasing power of the money reduction 2% each year.
Okay.
So the 100 this year, next year will be the purchasing power 98. Without war. With the war, it's
Yes, it goes
Goes
really
down.
down, right? So it's
So,
So the-
buying gold is one
buying
way.
gold is one way of its assets to keep the purchasing power, because it will not lose the value. The value will become high. So this is a very good, and this is by the history.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's very difficult, because you have this amount of money and then you change it into gold and then you'll be like, what did I do? Like immediately want to go and sell
This
it
is about
back.
don't put all your eggs in
yeah.
one basket.
Yes.
Don't buy money with all your.
With
Don't
all what
buy
you got.
gold with all your saving. This
Yes.
is this
One of
is
the
make you
issues,
problem,
let's say,
yeah.
feel.
Because if you face any problem and you need cash, you will go to sell the gold even if it's
Low.
if
With
it's
lower
lower
price.
price. Yes.
Yeah, this is a very bad habit. So you have to keep some saving and
Yeah,
then just
some
a small
cash,
portion
yeah.
and get gold.
Yeah.
And what else other than gold we can do for like saving?
Shares also. Shares,
What-
especially the huge company, like being how to teach how to do the forex and all these things. This will help you. This will give you another income, not like gold. With gold, you didn't have
That's
income. You will wait until it's become high
Rising.
and you sell it, and you just observing the prices of the
Yes, the
gold.
chart, yeah.
But in the shares, no, you can make like deals, buy and sell and
Yeah.
get
So
income.
it's more of a kind of a new way also.
But
for
it's
people.
all people there want to avoid this because they don't want to educate.
Risky. Yes.
Yeah.
No, they don't want to
okay,
educate.
okay.
They don't want to
Yeah,
learn
yeah,
about
yeah.
how to-
Usually they just ask me, we can give you money and you do it. I said,
Yes,
no.
yes, right. They want the easy way.
All right, so dear viewers, we have got a lot to ask, but first let's take this really quick break before we get back and continue our episode. All right, welcome back, dear viewers, and of course, welcome back to the studio with us with Bedoor Almutairi. So basically, when it comes to the very first advice that you would give to anyone who would like to start saving and
Yes.
collecting investing maybe, what is the first advice that you would give him?
Try to educate, learn more, يعني, learn more about money,
Yes.
about how you can buy asset, how you can start a business, even if you don't want to start now, but you must know the money game, the rules of money game. Most people, they don't know anything about money, only it's I can buy something with money.
That's it.
But you must study or learn more about the real estate, about the shares,
Right.
about the gold, about what's happened in the economy over the world. Because if you just anybody tell you that before 15 years, there is an apps will be sold with millions of
Right.
dinners, nobody will believe that.
Right.
Yes,
But now just the app, they get how you see how
Right.
many the
Nobody would consider that kind of,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
say,
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
You have to always think in the
yeah,
future.
be updated and see where is the market go.
Yes.
Because this is will help you to decide.
Yes. So one of the things, I think the problem that face, let's say all of us, talking more about children, is that we don't really educate them about the like from where do we actually get the income. It's like they're always thinking that no matter what they want, they will find, and we cannot tell them like, I can't buy you this now, for instance, like especially if you let's say have a newborn, let's say parent, the no is very difficult for you to give. So what we do as a, let's say for me as a parent, is like I always try to spread the awareness that not everything you can take it immediately. Like sometimes things could come within, let's say, time.
Yes.
Let them learn more that money is not, let's say, flourishing all the time, but it has that kind of sense of value. So how do you believe and think that children nowadays are brought up when it comes into this matter? Like, do you believe that parents are awareing their children in that sense, or do you think that they're, let's say, giving them like everything is pink and available?
Yeah, I think the second,
The second one, yeah.
The problem is they're always afraid from what our kids will think about us when they become an adult. It's all about guilt feeling, and this is very wrong, because your daughter today or your son today, it will be tomorrow he will be father and mother and we're raising kids, and this is
Yes.
the
Cycle
chain
of
will
life.
be, the
Yes.
cycle of life will be completed.
Right.
So if you teach them today, they will keep this information for tomorrow, and they will use it. They will not face a financial problem. So first of all, we must understand that the financial concept or the money relation with the kids that start with the money, it starts since 2 years old.
2 years old?
Yes,
How?
I told you how. When we were kids, we just make the exchanging. And the money, it's not as a money as what we know about the
Yes.
money. It's the idea of exchanging. With this, the concept of money
Comes with it.
comes with. So if I give you this chocolate, you give me your chocolate. So this is
Yes,
the exchange.
more of
This
a
is the
trading.
first
Yes.
concept. After that, they will start. They must understand from 3 to 4 years that your salary, it's instead of your time. You get money because you are work. You sell your time,
Yes.
because they must understand that money, it's not from air.
Right.
Because I
you
heard
have
some,
to work
I heard some kids who said, "Go to the machine and bring money." No,
Yes.
it's not like this.
Yes.
Because they didn't understand the game. Parents, they didn't talk usually to the kids about money,
Right.
even with the simple words. What you said before, what you mentioned, that I cannot, I don't want to tell them that I don't have money. Don't use this word with the kids. You can use that. You can use this to teach them what the difference between the desires and the priorities.
Right.
So this will be smart way to teach them what's become before what.
Right.
And once they understand or they know how they count and they write, you can use there is a note. Write what your priorities and what your desires. What's come number 1, what's come number 2, what's come number 3. This is will help you to raising in financial way. with the kids.
Right.
Used to know.
So this is some tools you can use it. Also for your daughter, you can take them to the gold shop. This will be a very good one.
I
very
stopped
smart.
wearing gold is because my daughter started to say, I want the same. And I was like, okay, I can buy you the same. But when the gold went high, I was like, you know what? I'm bringing for myself problems. So
No,
I stopped.
no, it's an opportunity to you for you,
Yes.
or chance. There is a chance for you to teach her how the gold become high.
Right.
how important it is, so that
Important.
she
Yes,
can take
this
care
is,
of
yeah,
the
this
gold.
is take care of the
She
gold.
knows
This
it's
is
important
how
because
she-
you wear it. She's like,
Yeah.
because it's valuable, I want it. So yeah, it's more of a way. I really totally agree with you on that because this is something very important. It's very important to educate the youth that for the, let's say, future life, because not everything is valid and presented at the same time. You have to work for it. Even when we reach to the point where we go to university, we have the salary that comes for the student, and this
Yes.
is when everyone starts
This
to
is the
value.
first income that they
Yes,
have.
and they
Yes.
start to value, like even when it comes into, for instance, if they want a specific food, they will immediately go to the parent, I want this, please order for me or pay for me. But when they have the income, they start to value, like,
Yeah.
I think I should go and eat at home instead of paying
That's
outside.
right.
So yeah.
Yes.
That's completely right. I can relate to that. But now let's focus on those who have debt and they have to pay it.
Yes.
Yet they need a strategy to save money. How can they balance these two things? Balancing and paying the
First
same
of
time.
all, you must be commitment to the payment. Yani don't say I will not pay this month and I will not pay. And don't use your saving to pay the whole loan. No.
Yes.
Please use your saving to make another income. And instead of pay it for the loan that you already paid monthly.
Yes.
Because today I have a client, she asked me, should I close or I start? I said, what do you think? If you create a new income, what will become from the new income
You can
will
close it.
cover this.
Right.
That's right.
So you don't need to give all your saving, because your saving, it's equal time. How many years to reach to this point with amount? How many years? You will pay all the years and you will start saving from the zero?
Right.
This is...
Because this thing is you're actually paying for, so it's and you waited for this kind of years to be presented, and everything is collected or let's say calculated for these years that you're spending, in case only if maybe you want to quit the job,
Yeah.
for instance, and you don't want any debts on you.
Yeah.
This is maybe a situation
No,
where you
if you
can
want
pay.
to quit your job, start another income first.
Oh, okay. See, now this is where it goes
Yeah,
along.
because the another income, there is a huge opportunity. It will be rising the income.
Right.
Today you can gain maybe 500. Next month it may reach 1,000, 2,000, and like this. But with the debts, it's the same.
Right. It's the same.
You have to think about these things.
Yeah.
It's a very
I
important.
feel like she's raising these kind of points where you're starting
Yeah,
to
I'm just
thinking
I'm
about.
thinking
The
daydreaming
problem
about
that
that.
we are raising, like always focus on the weaknesses.
Right.
But we need to think about the strengths.
I believe that it needs more courage for a person to take the big step, you know, because everyone wants the easy way.
Yes.
No one wants it to be risky. I think one of the problems also face the youth, especially men who are up to marriage and having these kind of social events, preparing for the wedding, preparing for everything. Lots of debts and loans starts to initiate on him in that matter of sense in the beginning of, let's say, his journey when it comes
Yes.
into his life with his partner. So talking more about that, how would you advise them to, let's say, not get into debts and try to focus more about their financial income?
Same thing that I mentioned about kids, but with adults, it must be very clear. You must talk to your partner about the situation, about what the family priorities, about what you want. Even at the beginning of the journey, talk about the education of the kids. Talk about what you will do with the house. All that details. I get shocked that husband and wives, they didn't know anything about each other, even about the financial goals. Or I met during the 8 years, I met that wives, they didn't know anything about their husband.
Yes.
And the vice versa. And this is a huge problem. This is a huge
Yes,
gap.
especially
Yeah.
talking more about
In the homes.
financial incomes are very,
Yes.
let's say, delicate, especially between the both. No one wants to interfere in each other's
other's,
financials,
financials,
let's say, statement. Therefore, that's why nobody maybe knows about.
But
Yeah.
the conversation about the financial will make you more satisfied
Right.
And understand each other.
and understand each other. And there is a goals for the families.
Right.
Not like you sit at the same home but nobody know anything
Right.
anything about the other. This is very strange. Before it wasn't like this. You found all the man keep the men keep the saving with the women.
Yes.
And the life it's
Is much
very
better and easier
simple
and
and happy
healthier.
and easy and healthier. But nowadays we can just it's like wars.
It's like once you see the message after he pays, it's like you're just looking like how much is he's left with, so I know.
I think what we saw in the social media
Could affect.
affect the financial of the families.
In a lot of ways,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Yes, it plays a huge role.
In negative way, unfortunately.
And I think we should have more, hopefully, role models, especially in social media, to focus on normal life and not to emphasize about everything should be luxurious and very up to the point. Because in the end,
If
we're
you
all
can
living the
ride
same.
only one car, why you must have 10 cars?
Right.
If you will live in only one home, why you must have 10 homes at the
Right.
same country?
Right.
This is even the
Exaggeration.
billionaire, they didn't do this.
Right. So it's more of a, let's say, kind of a deal that should people spread awareness when it comes to that. Yes.
So I have this question now here. You mentioned that it took you around like 8 years to become, financial coach and all of that. So back before these years, like if you got the chance
Yes.
to go back in time and meet your younger self, what advice would you give yourself in terms of this field?
Financial?
Yes, financially.
I will not go. You maybe you're shocked. I was studying electrical engineer,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
so I left it after the fourth years.
Oh my
For 1
God.
years of
Oh my God.
graduation.
Why?
I chose this because before, when we get just graduated from high school, if you get a high degree, just they will guide you regarding to how much salary you will take. And this is a very bad way to guide now, especially now there is a youth who will start the university or the another
Yes,
journey.
yes, for those who are listening.
Don't choose regarding to the salaries. So nowadays, or in this is the first thing. If I go back, I will go direct to study business economy.
Because you like it.
Yeah.
So you, dear viewers, you heard that. So if you like something, pursue the things that you like. Don't follow the salary, even though it's important.
Yeah.
Like,
It's important, but now if you good in the thing, you will
will
get
keep
more
doing
than
it.
salary. You will get more than the salary. How much they will give you the salary?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking more about specific hours, like being a doctor is something very great, the salary is perfect. But when it comes into spending your time, you're like all the time studying, for instance. And you
Okay,
have
after the
people,
retirement,
yeah.
how much the salary of the doctor?
Yeah, see, now this is a point where you're thinking of, right?
If you are retirement, if the doctor retirement, I know.
Yeah.
I know the salary it's become drop like more than
Roll
50% of the salary go down. So
So they have to consider
Yeah.
that as a point, yes.
So let's conclude this interview with this last, question here. If someone remembers one thing only from this interview, what would it be? What would you want it to be?
don't use the money only for today. Money that you gain today, it can serve you for whole your life and can serve your kids after if you manage it in a good way.
Yes.
Thank you so much. That was very beautiful, and we loved having you here with us in the
Thank
studio.
you very
of
much
the
for
Untold.
having me. Thank you.
All right, so dear viewers, stay with us. Let's take this really quick break before we wrap the episode. All right, dear viewers, that was the end of the episode. We hope you enjoyed it, and it was very great. Information. If for those who are having occasions, marriage, and all these kind of things, it's important for you to save money, to balance, to manage your financial state. So basically, that's a very important episode, I would say.
Yes, indeed. And one of the most important thing that she highlighted is never use your saving money to finish your debt money, because
yes.
you really have to, let's say, have more an income and raising that kind of awareness. So it was really beautiful.
Yes, you have to stay on the safe side all of the time. All right, so dear viewers, we hope that you liked this one, and hopefully we get to see you again in another episode of The Untold. See you again. Goodbye.